Turn it up.
How's it going, bronies? Yagi here with another prelim patch notes video for Smite. This patch will include the new deity Vulcan and quite a few item changes. So let's get into it. So first up, let's take a look at some of Vulcan's moves. His passive, called Forge. Vulcan transfers 30% of his protections and 15% of his health to his turrets. In addition, when Vulcan is within 30 feet of his own deployables, they regen 3% of their health every second because of their proximity to the Forge. That's on his back, obviously. His first ability is Backfire. Vulcan blasts a fireball out of his Forge, dealing 85 to 325, plus 70% of your magical power in magical damage to all enemies in his path. Now see, Vulcan's going to be a sort of AP tank, or magic power tank in this case. The strength of the blast also knocks Vulcan 20 feet back, and it costs between 65 and 85 mana. It has a 15-second cooldown. So this makes it sort of like Caitlyn from League of Legends, her net move. It makes it sort of like that, except without a net. His second ability, Inferno Cannon. This is the first of his turrets. Vulcan constructs an Inferno Cannon that shoots fireballs in a cone that deals 65 to 205 plus 20% of your magical power in magical damage to the target every second. The Inferno Cannon lasts until destroyed or another is placed, so he only gets one. This inherits Vulcan's penetrations but does not apply on hit effects. And that costs between 65 and 85 mana and also has a 15-second cooldown. His other turret is the Thumper XVI, which is 26, yep, 16? Yes, 16. Vulcan constructs a Thumper 16 that deals 15 to 35% of plus 10% of your magical power. So this one is a AoE turret that slows every second, and this increases with focus up to 35% for 2 seconds. Which is quite a big slower. And this one also lasts until destroyed or another is placed, also has a 15-second cooldown, costs slightly more than the other turret. His fourth ability is Volcanic Overdrive. This is a buff to both Vulcan and his turrets, and Vulcan gains 15 to 35% movement speed and 10 to 50 protections, so that makes him quite a beastly tank. And all of Vulcan's constructions gain fire 50% faster and gain massive regeneration. So this is sort of like Heimer's turrets as well. And it also allows the Inferno Cannon to fire in a 360-degree radius and auto-targets guards while under the effects of Volcanic Overdrive. I think while this isn't on, it will focus whichever thing is closest, but while this is on, it will sort of aim for heroes more. Cool. And he also has a skin to go along with that called the Vulcan Ironsmith. Cool, moving on. There's been a few changes to clan tags, and they may now be up to 5 characters. Existing clans will have an opportunity to change their tag without a cooldown period. The login screen has undergone a visual makeover and is now animated. No more dusty old Zeus sitting there. Some changes to the social tab. You can now view friends' profiles and prospective friends' profiles, that's before you add them, in the social menu under the friends tab. So that'll be cool. There's been several tweaks to the solo practice bot AI. Should make it hopefully a little more difficult. Gods can no longer be rent or purchased during draft mode, which is strange, but it will stop players choosing gods that they have never played before and stuffing up your ranked teams. Familiars, e.g. Vulcan's turrets and Bastet's cats, will now show an icon on the minimap, which is good, because there was always a trouble seeing those little buggery cats. Damn it. Some changes to spectator mode, which I didn't even know was included in the last patch. I'll have to check this out because I'm kinda curious how the pro players play. By the sounds of it, it's still in early stages and has a lot of, they fixed a few crashing issues. Colorblind colors no longer show when spectating. Added an indicator to the minimap to represent the spectator's location and rotation. Does that mean the players see it too? Because that's kinda disturbing. Okie dokes, so I'll have to check that out. On to some jungle camp buffs. Teehee, the buffs got buffed. The cooldown buff now has 20 focus. The damage buff has an extra 10 magical power and 5 physical power. And the speed buff has a 10% attack speed included. And there we go, on to the item changes. Many items have had their focus removed and some of the items have been repriced. Bulwark of Hope. Shield duration has been reduced from 2 seconds to 1 second. Death's Toll, its passive now also restores 1 1.5 mana per hit with a basic attack. Golden Bow, its radius of the additional damage has been increased from 10 feet to 15 feet. Magi's Blessing, the passive now absorbs an enemy spell every 30 seconds instead of every 45 seconds. Vampiric Shroud, its base stats and passive have been changed. It now has plus 10 magical power, plus 100 health, plus 5 MP5, and its passive, killing an enemy restores 10 health and mana. Does this include minions or just heroes? I'm not sure. Warlock Sash, stacks now gain plus 2 health instead of plus 2 mana. Boots of the Magi, out of combat movement speed has been removed. Plus 12 magical pen has been added to rank 3. Warrior Tabby, out of combat movement also has been removed, and plus 12 physical pen has been added to rank 3. I don't know why they're adding in more physical penetration to items in Boots of the Magi magical pen. That's weird. That's weird. There's already a super, like, too easy to get magical pen in this game. The Girdle of Might ability now also buffs magical and physical power by 10%. Meditation, which is an active ability. After using this ability, you now gain 15 MP5 for 15 seconds. Is that including the original, like, just buff to it? Or is this an overtime ability? That's not cool. Creeping Curse, cooldown reduced from 150 seconds to 120 seconds. Fatalis, everyone's favorite attack speed item. This item now provides focus. Interesting. Passive changed from movement speed and attack speed to movement speed and focus. Maximum number of stacks has been changed from 3 to 4. And finally for the items, Circlet of Focus item has changed significantly and is no longer a starter item. It gives additional focus on ability use. Recommended items have replaced this item with Vampiric Shroud. So quite a few item changes there. I'm not sure about the other items that have had their focus removed, so we'll look at that over the next few weeks. But yeah, that's some big changes to some of those boots. Strange. Alrighty, onto the god changes. First up is Ares. His shackles, his movement speed buff and debuff has been increased from 10% to 15%. Dude, that's gonna make running from Ares as Hebo even more annoying. His focus contribution has been increased from 1% to what? To 15%, 0.1 to 0.15. Jeepers, that had me worried. That had me worried. So this will definitely make him harder to run from. His ulti easily counted. Now you have to worry about his other skills too. Freya Irradiate damage has been increased. Wow. Increased about 10% across the board. Magical power contribution has been increased also from 30% to 35%. It's funny because I just saw these characters last night and they were pretty OP. Ares was hunting me down as Hebo. Freya was destroying me in about 3 or 4 shots and then ulti. It's crazy. Hell, Decay and Restoration cooldown has been increased from 10 seconds to 12 seconds. That's good. Hinder, Cleanse and Repulse Inspire cooldowns have been increased also by about 2 seconds each. After the recent match of the day with Howls, obviously they saw some changes need to be made because those took quite a while. Hercules Mitigate Wounds cooldown has been increased from 12 seconds to 17 seconds. That's a big 5 seconds. Hopefully this will make him slightly less of a beast in game. He was able to just get through so much. Odin Gungnir's Might, the slow has been increased from 15% to 25% base. Focus contribution on the slow has been increased from a max of 30% to 35%. Ring of Spears, base protection inside the ring has increased from 30 to 50. Now that is crazy. He was already pretty tanky in the ring. Now he's going to be scary. And Loki, his Assassinate no longer hits players that were not targeted. Interesting. All in all, a pretty big patch. I'm looking forward to Vulcan. He sounds kind of interesting. His turret should be a good defense against stray minions in the arena. Alright guys, live long and prosper. Until next time with more patch notes. Hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to share it with your friends. And see ya. Turn it up.